Hello, Accelerated Math 7-8 students. We are starting Module 10, Lesson 9 video. And that video is called Problem Solving When the Percent Changes on page 59 of my comp book. Okay, here we go. Problem solving when the percent changes. So the goal for today we will solve problems where the quantities and percents change. The question that I want you to be thinking about is, when do you know what the whole has changed? When do you know that the whole has changed? Sorry, I need to read carefully. When do you know that the whole has changed? Things to remember. The part equals percent times whole. Use the visual models to support your information. So, give it a try. The amount of money Tom has is 75% of Sally's money. After Sally spent $120 and Tom saved his, Tom's money is 50% more than Sally's. How much money did both have at the beginning? Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is we have to identify the parts. So we're going to go back in and we're going to figure out what is the part, what is the percent, and what is the whole. The amount of money Tom has is 75% of Sally's money. Okay, so I would say, if we're looking at this, 75% of Sally's, so in the first one, I would say that the whole is Sally's. The part is going to be Tom's. Then something happens and it changes and it says, after Sally spent $120 and Tom saved his, Tom's money is 50% more than Sally's. So again, we're using Sally's as the whole, Tom's as the part. Our job is to incorporate the percentages to figure out how much money they had at the beginning. So the percent on the first one was 75%, the percent on the second one was 50%. So the second step is make a modified double number line. And so we have this, and I did actually two of them because we need to figure out what it was at the beginning and then what it was when it changed. So for the before table, we have this, which is 0%, and this up here, which is 100%, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw a tape, but we're going to split it into two because one is going to be for Tom and one is going to be for Sally, okay? So Tom's, it says, the amount of money Tom has is 75% of Sally's. So we know that this would be 50%. We know that this would be 75%. And we know that this right here is 25%. Okay, so Sally is the 100%. So we're going to go ahead and color in the whole thing for Sally because she's 100%. Okay, then we know that Tom is 75% of Sally. So this is what Tom has, 75%. Okay, so that's what we know for the before. Then something happens and we have to go to the after. So on the after, we're still going to have 0%, but something changed because now we have it so that Tom has 50% more than Sally's, okay? So we need to draw it like this, and this is going to be Tom right here. This is going to be Sally right here. And now we have 100% is going to be right here. And we have 125 right here, and we have 150 right here. And we still know that Sally's is the whole. So Sally is now here, and Tom is 50% more than her, so Tom's looks like that. So, and when it does that, it says after Sally spent $120. So she spent $120. So this right here represents $120. Well, if this is the amount she spent, it's now gone, what would each section be? Well, I know this section would be 60, and this section would be 60, so 60 and 60, right? And so that tells us which each section should be. So we know over here that this would have to be 60 and 60 and 60 and 60 and 60 and 60 because they're tape diagrams, and tape diagrams have the same size and the same shape. So we know that all the colored in pieces have to be 60. So if you do that, then you come back to the original, and we're trying to figure out, because it says how much money did both have at the beginning. So go back to the beginning and now count what you see. I see 1, 2, 3 60s. So you're going to do 60 times 3 gives you 180. And you're going to do 60 times 4, which gives you 240. And then that tells you how much money they had at the beginning. So do you see how you can't really get anything from the before at the beginning, but after something changes or something occurs, then you can use what occurs in the change to figure out what the totals would be. Okay? And that's the whole thing. All right, so let's go to the next page because we're going to finish writing what it says. And it says, step 3 is calculate the change to determine the amount of the unknown, which is what we did right here. And then the last thing that I need to remind you is, remember to solve a changing percent problem. Remember to solve a changing percent problem, identify the first whole and then the second whole, and use the formula quantity equals percent of whole. We're going to practice a lot of these in our packet when you get here tomorrow, and that's all we're working on tonight. So going back to our goal, today we will solve problems where the quantities and the percents changed. We did that. We showed that with our modified double number line. When do you know that the whole is changed? Just by listening to the story and seeing. So I don't have any for you to practice, but we will practice some in your packet when you get to class tomorrow. All right, I'll see you all then. Bye.